mine!
One will hit. Malia! It happened to anyone. My thanks. Nearly to rip with it.
All right, I'm feeling it.
Almost done. Let us keep up this flow.
This will leave a mark. Take your edge.
Nene's starting to get crazy. Did Nene knock off socks? But we cannot be reckless.
What did they do this time?
out of our very best. Nene, take you on myself.
Backslash! I'm really feeling it.
Nice moves, Mr. Choke.
We can definitely do this.
Down, down.
This is the Monarch's power.
Flowing through me. Use my power to protect my friends. Enemy down. Stalwart for Mr. Choke. Nene, ready and able. That's called. How's that? We beat enemy fair and square.
No enemy can stand against us when we bring our might to bear.
We can't lose.
Are we sure this is a good idea?
Summon Bolt.
Wow!
Hammer beat. Nene, angry.
I'm feeling it.
Or on toast.
We can definitely do this.
How's that?
Nene!
A magnificent strike. Accept this gift.
Behold the power of the Monargo. Yeah!
Look alive!
Here go. Nene's stuck. Toasty. Hospiters, remind to let loose.
We measure! Find treasure! What's the good till we go die? Can you even through kitchen sink?
How many times have I told you, you do not go there alone?
But I really needed that material.
Doesn't matter. Why did you disobey me? If something happened to you, we would lose everything.
Tyrea?
Melia!
Huh? Wait a second. You know Melia, big sis?
Tyrea's your big sis.
Right. That explains how you came to the capital just in time to save Teelan's skin.
Sorry.
Sorry for the trouble. Truly. Although I am glad you were there.
Yeah, you really helped me out, Shulk, Miss Melia. And you too, Kino, Nene.
Tyrea, I didn't expect to see you here, helping Teelan with his research.
Yes, well,
Tyrea, she's changed.
Teelan, I'm going outside for a bit to get some air.
Got it. I didn't know you all knew Big Sis Tyrea. How'd you meet each other?
Well, that's because Tyrea and I share an older brother.
Huh? Does that mean you and her are sisters then?
Sisters? No. It's rather more complicated. But sisters we are not.
Well, still, that means you know her from way back. What was she like?
Hmm?
I've only known her here, in this place, so I gotta wonder how she was before.
She was... She was strong, both in body and in her conviction for doing what she thought was right.
Wow! Pretty much the same as how she is now, then. When it comes to our research, she's even more committed than I am.
So she has not forgotten her mother.
Where did you and Tyrea meet?
It was when she saved me from the Fog King.
On a trip to Alchemoth, like today.
What? No. At the time, everyone was still living there.
Before the Fog King showed up.
Yeah, and then, after we all escaped, I was kind of on my own. So Tyrea brought me here for safety.
One moment. Teelan, was your father not still around?
My father was killed by the Fog King.
Is that so? I'm sorry.
Teelan just like Kino. Brave little pun.
I think I'll get some air too.
Go ahead. I've still got things to ask Teelan, so I'll stay with him.
Good, thank you. Shan't be long.
Miss Melly, Kino go too. Kino, please read room.
Tyrea,
Of all the people to meet out here,
how did you...
pure chance. After everything, I wandered aimlessly looking for somewhere to die. Then, at some point, I landed here.
So then, you were here all along?
That's right. And so, when the capital fell here, I thought Mother had finally granted me my boon.
But it was full of Telethia, and survivors cast adrift. Not to mention this Fog King.
Yes, he'd be the one to end it. Or so I thought. Until fate had me save Teelan, and death ceased to be an option.
Your mother, she did not grant you a dying place. She gave you a future by crossing your path with Teelan's.
My helping with Teelan's research is a simple matter of give and take.
If you really believed that, you would not have treated him half so warmly. I can tell that when you look at Teelan, you see family. Even if it was once transactional, his research concerns the future of our race. That fact remains.
The future of the High Entia, huh? And what about you?
Me?
You must have heard. Our brethren in this land are suffering.
Yes.
You are the Imperial successor. The Crown Princess, war or no war. No. Empress now. What will you do about the future of our race?
I have not planned that far ahead. However, I know enough to realize what I must do right now.
I hope to see it. This future you will build for us. And when I do, I hope I'll be able to accept what I now am.
Empress Melia, so you are ready to lead us after all. It shall be my privilege to clear the stones from your path.
Did you learn anything from Teelan?
A little. He said that for all the details, we ought to talk to Radzim in Grandel.
Meeting should be no problem. Teelan say he sent word to guard at Grandel ramparts to let friends through.
Before we visit this Radzim, I have something I wish to discuss with you all.
What is matter now?
The High Entia who live here now have lost all hope for the future. I have a duty. As the Imperial successor, I must safeguard their future. This will sound selfish, I know, but will you stand with me?
Of course I will, Malia.
Kino too! And also Nene.
Thank you. It means a lot to me. Right. Off to Grandel we go. Greetings. We have heard from Teelan that a man called Radzim lives within these walls.
Ah, friends of Teelan's, are you? We've been expecting you. Go on, in you get.
You're letting us straight through.
You don't look particularly concerning, is all. These walls are imposing, but they aren't here for controlling foot traffic. They're to keep savage monsters from having themselves a rampage.
Most sensible. Well, we'll be going then.
Night, Kings! Sorry for time taking.
One just wants nap.
Nene, look! What splendid armor! Oh, it's true! Scales so shiny and sparkly!
It looks the same as any Armu, if you ask me.
Different subtle. Sure is.
Really?
Pardon me? Have you come from Companion's Cape, by any chance?
We've just come from the laboratory. But we were at the Cape just before that.
And was everyone there all right?
Yes, it seemed to me.
Thank goodness. That's a relief to hear.
Is something wrong?
You may be aware, but originally, we all lived here together as a group.
But then, some left because there are Machina here.
Exactly. At first, we managed to tolerate each other in relative harmony. Obviously, we had our share of friction.
What happened?
Well, the final straw was something trivial. The Companions tried all sorts of ploys to retake the capital, but none of the plans succeeded. Many soldiers were lost this way. One Machina had had enough, and told them to just give up.
And that's when it happened.
Yeah. They shouted, if you rust rats hadn't betrayed us, we wouldn't have lost our brethren and our homes in the first place. Things got heated, and then they left and didn't look back.
They shouldn't have forgotten that we all lost friends, family, and homes.
They're soldiers, ma'am. In the war, they put everything on the line for their country. And so...
When their country was taken from them, the extent of their anger and resentment was fully understandable.
Yes. Still, we who stayed behind don't bear them any grudges. They protected us all, for a long time regardless of race. And bear in mind, in the end, they didn't cast the Machina out. They left the safety of our walls of their own volition. That's why we pledged that if they chose to return, we'd welcome them back and meet them with a smile.
I will do whatever is in my power to make it so.
Nene, white eyes sweating. Inflammation of tear ducts.
By the way, we have heard that someone by the name of Radsum lives here.
Radsum? Yes, he lives over there.
Over there? Thank you. Very kind.
It was Radsum, actually. He was the one who told the Companions to give up their quest.
Right. I see.
All right. Let's go and see him straight away.
Yes, let's. Are you perchance Radsum?
Yeah, that's me. How do you know my name?
Teelan mentioned you. You are his fellow researcher.
Oh, I see. Teelan sent you. Him and Tyrea are still getting on okay?
Quite. Though she did give him a good scolding earlier.
Went to Alchemoth again, did he? I did warn him not to be reckless. But when it comes to his research, that boy has tunnel vision. To be honest, so does Tyrea.
Does she come here much as well?
No, hardly ever. She's even more focused on the work than Teelan. I couldn't begin to guess why she's so driven.
It must be about her mother after all.
Radzum, we have questions. About the Fog King.
I see. That's why you're so curious.
We need more to go on. What can you tell us?
Because of the Telethia's ether field, the Fog King and his fog beasts seem, well, unable to escape Alchemoth.
Ether field?
Yeah. It's the means by which Telethia eliminate any excess ether that they absorb. Now, the Fog King and his beasts happen to give off an awful lot of ether.
I see. So all Telethia in the vicinity flock there, to feed on the ether. And, as a result, keep the threat contained.
Oh, this hot noggin of Kino. It get worse if not shut up.
But my ether, it worked against fog beasts, but not the Fog King. Or rather, it didn't even seem to make direct contact with him.
Shulk, Melia, would you do me a favor and head to Teelan's lab, borrow his Telethia research notes for me?
Sure, we can do that for you.
There's something I'd like to look up about the Telethia's ether field.
Understood.
On another note, we heard that you spoke out against the Companions.
I voiced an opinion, yes. I can understand their impatience. Their ancestral home was right there. However, I couldn't abide watching them throw away more lives for nothing.
Nothing. Sounds quite stark.
At first, there were hundreds of us living here. But now, well, you've seen for yourselves.
And all because of the Fog King.
Yeah. So I think you can see why I said what I said. If we end up extinct, we'll have won nothing.
Well spoken. But I'm sure the Companions would find those words hard to swallow. I'm sorry. Your people are no more free to go home than we are.
No need for you to apologize, Melia. In truth, it's not costing me any sleep. They seem to be catching on too. After all, they've stayed put since then.
When you put it like that. The people of Grandel, they're living under considerable strain, not knowing what became of their homes, and with no means of return.
But that's also true of Maxis. His people lost their homes too.
Yes, but they're feeling desperate, and it's making them unreasonable.
It too sad.
We were like that too once, weren't we?
Yes, we were.
That true?
But we learned, eventually. All because we wanted to protect the world. And we made that dream a reality. We brought down Zanza.
Overcoming our prejudice gave us strength in unity, because we shared a goal.
Radzum's folk, the Companions, and us as well. We all share the same goal.
Defeating the Fog King and returning home.
Sounds like job for Hero Punkino. Just let Nene at him.
Thank you, everyone.
Mama, what that thing?
that...
It's like the one we saw in Alchemoth, but much, much larger.
You're right.
Shulk, let's see if we can get closer.
Yeah,